The IEM Sydney semi-finals have finished, and we know which two teams will go head-to-head in the grand final down under. If you missed it, let's get you up to speed and back in the know. The first semi-final of the day was Complexity, the North American superstars taking on G2, a powerhouse of European Counter-Strike. The first map was ANUBIS, Complexity's pick. Into the pistol round we saw G2 taking control of middle with ease, and ploughing their way through to the A site, where Hunter secured success and they laid claim to the opening round. With 2 rounds in the pocket for G2, finally Complexity stepped up to the plate, as Grim was able to swing his scythe and snatch away the first round. Trading blows back and forth to a 5-4 scoreline, it was Floppy that pulled off a 1v2 clutch to guarantee an upwards draft of momentum for Cole. Leading the charge at the end of the first half 7-5, Complexity were in a good position. A position that only got better the longer the game went on, as JT proved to be a big stage player, finding rounds like this. Complexity went on to take the game, as the hometown hero of JKS didn't prove savage enough to steal away a round, meaning that they shut down the game 13-8 and walked away with ANUBIS under the belt. Next up, it was Ancient, G2's map pick. This time, Complexity took the pistol in their stride as they were able to pull off an A retake. And Complexity just kept rolling through everything G2 could throw at them, going on to pick up a 9-3 half. In the second pistol, Hooksy, try as he might to deliver some hefty shots, it wasn't enough for him. And G2 fell from grace, as round in, round out we saw Complexity refusing to give up more rounds, guaranteeing themselves 4 on the spin on their T side to win the game 13-3 and deny any sort of advancing for G2 in Sydney. The Thunder Down Under from the American side has taken them all the way to the grand finals, whereas G2 are eliminated. Next, it was FAZE taking on MOUZ. MOUZ fielding a superstar, with Jimmy being unable to make it to the event. Up to this point, they've been proving that Nexius can fill those boots quite nicely. And the shining light came from the superstar again in the opening round of NUKE, as his USP cracked down with 2 smooth frags. The tussle went back and forth, leading us all the way to a 4-4 scoreline, but Nexius again proved his worth on the big stage, using some primetime utility and a big 2K to retake the A site and secure a nice pickup for MOUZ. Unfortunately, this is where MOUZ disappeared from the arena stage, giving up every round following this to FAZE, meaning they locked down the game 13-4. To add insult to injury, some of the plays that were being made were insane, as Brokey was finding 1v2s that guaranteed them the rounds they needed. But Nuke's one thing, it was FaZe's pick and they felt confident. Next up, it was Vertigo, a map that we hadn't seen FaZe play in about a year, and it wasn't pretty the last time they played it when they faced off versus Bad News Eagles. However, they started off with success, as Rops's robotic aim ripped its way through anyone that dared to defy him, laying claim to 2 frags at middle and another 2 to guarantee a 4K in the opening pistol. And Rops was one thing, but it was Vicious Van Dulken that was the real star of FaZe, with back-to-back bangers, finding this round and then making himself famous with his Famas shortly after. Ending the half 7-5, FaZe Clan proved that they felt comfortable with the high heights of Vertigo. But again, Nexius proved his high skill ceiling and the raw talent he has under his belt for such a young age, winning a 1v2 clutch versus some of the best riflers in the business. Sadly, that clutch round was the last that MOUZ would taste in Oz, as following this, FaZe went on to dominate and decimate, taking every round on the trot to win Vertigo and secure the series 2-0, meaning they've guaranteed their spot in the grand final versus Complexity. Meaning, of course, MOUZ joined G2, finishing with a 3rd to 4th placement at IEM Sydney. The stage is set then for a banger of a grand final, with former champions of IEM Sydney on either team. When we get into the grand final tomorrow, one thing is guaranteed. It will be a match to remember in CS2, and Australia is in for a treat. I was in the know, and now you are too. I'll see you tomorrow for the IEM Sydney grand final.